Hello everyone. So this is a set which is based on the kind of arrangement and distribution based set. So those who have not seen this set earlier, I want that first you should try to solve it by your own. Uh, Pause this video, spend 15-20 minutes, and then only check the solutions. So this is the set and these are the questions. So if you have not done it earlier, definitely first you should spend some time on the set. So I hope you have paused the video, solved the set, and I'm going to discuss the solutions. Okay, so as you can see, what is given in the question? There are two things given in the question. The one is the airlines, the destination, and the time slot. So what I have done it, I have created a table that is very important. That how do you present the data? So because the airline is fixed, so I have fixed the airline. The airline is Cathay Pacific, CP, Lufthansa, KLM, Delta Airlines, Ethida Airways, Scandinavana, and Quant. So these are the airline which I have fixed it, and then we'll try to fill the destination and their time slots. So let's read the set once again. In the set, all times are reported in 24-hour format. For example, 9 a.m. is written as 9 hours, while 2 p.m. is written as 14 hours, and so on. These are the airlines, and having daily flights to one out of Hanoi, Panama, Skopje, Tehran, Nairobi, Yalta, and Osaka, not necessarily in that order from London. There are four slots of 1 hour duration each, starting from 9 to 13. So basically, there are four slots, 9 to 10, or you can say starting from 9 a.m., then 10, then 11, and then 12. So 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, and 12 to 1. These are the slots, 12 to 13. A slot must uh, a slot must have at least one flight, but no slot can have more than three flights. So there are seven flights, and we have four slots. So how can we have seven flights in four slot? There are two possible cases, and because it cannot have more than three flight, so it can be like 3, 2, 1, 1, or it can be like 2, 2, 2, 1. So 6 plus 1, 7, or 3 plus 2, 5, 5 plus 2, 7. There is no other possibility. So there are two possible cases. Okay. There are following conditions are known. Now, if you look at the last condition, the flight to Osaka in the is the only flight that has no other flight in its slot. The only flight that has no other flight. So if I take this case, there will be two flights. One flight to Osaka, and there will be another flight to some other city which can have which do not have any other flight. But it is written the flight to Osaka is the only flight that has no other flight. So this case is eliminated. So now we are left with only this case. So there are three time slot in which there will be two flights, and there is one time slot in which there is only one flight. Okay. So now there is another table as you can see here. I have mentioned the airlines here, and here I'm going to try to write down the time slots. So what is given over there? The flight to Hanoi and Tehran are not in the same slot. We are going to use it later. Etihad Airways must fly in the same slot as Cathay Pacific or Lufthansa. So ENCP or Lufthansa will be in the same slot. Write it here itself. Quant must fly in the same slot to Panama. Delta Airline does not fly in the first slot. So here I can write it. Delta Airline is not at the 9 a.m. slot. So I can cancel out here. KLM in order to reach Tehran on time. So KLM is going to Tehran. That is fixed. KLM in order to reach Tehran on time has to travel in the slot beginning at 10. So it is at 10 a.m. slot. Here also I can fill it. That is fixed. Cathay Pacific does not fly to Nairobi. It is not flying to Nairobi. It does not fly in the last slot. So it does not fly in the 12, 13, 12 to 13 slot. There's a last slot. 9, 10, 11, 12. There are four slots. So it is not flying in the last slot, 12 slot. Okay. KLM and Lufthansa fly in the same slot. So if KLM is flying in the 10 a.m. slot, Lufthansa is also flying in the 10 a.m. slot. That is fixed. So that two flight wala one slot is already full. 10 a.m. wala slot is already full. The flight to Osaka is the only flight that has no other flight in its slot. Okay. So now one more thing is given in this question. The database of the London airport got destroyed in the fire, and the record of the four of the airline were found in the old archives. All their time slots are wrong. All the time slots are wrong. Now look at this line. So we get to know that Lufthansa is not flying in the 11 a.m. slot that we already know, because it is flying at the 10 a.m. slot. So this is not a useful information. Etihad airline will not be at the 10 a.m. That also we know, because 10 a.m. wala slot is full. So we already know that Etihad cannot be at the 10 a.m. slot. This is also not a useful information. Scandinavian is at 9 a.m. slot. That is wrong. All the time slots are wrong. So it cannot have a 9 a.m. slot. And Delta cannot have a 12 a.m. slot. Now this is the information we get from here. So now as you can see, there is only one flight which is in one slot. 10 a.m. slot is already full. Now Delta cannot be in 9 a.m. wala slot and 12 hour wala slot, and 10 a.m. wala slot is already full. So the only slot remaining for Delta is 11 wala slot. That is fixed. So Delta is fixed for 11. Quant and one more flight. Acha, first look at this information. Etihad and CP in the same slot. Now, Etihad cannot be in the 10, CP cannot be in the 12, and the only slot which can have two flight, Delta is already fixed at 11. So can Etihad and CP in the 11 a.m. wala slot? No, because 11 a.m. is already full. There cannot be two flight in the same slot, because now we know that we are left with this wala case 2221. So there can be only two flight in the same slot. So there is only one flight at 11. 10 a.m. wala slot is already full. CP cannot be in the 12. So the only possibility where obviously that E and Lufthansa cannot be in the same slot, because Lufthansa is already fixed at KLM and there cannot be three flights. So E and CP should be in the same slot. What slot can be? Can it be a 12 wala slot? No. Can it be a 11 wala slot? No. Can it be a 10 wala slot? No. So the only slot which is possible is 9 a.m. wala slot. That is also at 9. That is also at 9. So we can fill it here that CP is also at the 9 slot and Etihad is also at 9. Delta is at 11. Now, can SC and Delta be in the same slot? No. Why? Because Quant must be with the flight which is going to Panama. Now, Quant definitely cannot be in the 9 slot. Quant definitely cannot be in the same 10 slot. So the Quant can be either in the 11 wala slot or 12 wala slot. And if I give it this and this together, let's say 11, then Quant will be left with 12, but there will not be another flight which is going with Quant. एक और फ्लाइट भी होना चाहिए ना क्वांट के साथ. क्वांट तो पनामा वाले के साथ है, तो क्वांट वाला अकेला नहीं हो सकता. इसका मतलब SC and Delta cannot be together. So there are two possible cases now. क्वांट वाला किसी के साथ होगा पक्का. वो किसके साथ हो सकता है? माइट भी क्वांट वाला 11 बजे का फ्लाइट हो और वो डेल्टा के साथ हो, या फिर क्वांट वाला 12 बजे का फ्लाइट हो और वो स्कैंडिना के साथ हो. दैट कैन नॉट बी इन द 11 वाला स्लॉट, दैट हैज टू बी इन द 12 स्लॉट, बिकॉज अगर मैं इसको भी 11 दे दूंगा तो फिर इसके लिए अकेला स्लॉट बचेगा विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो ये 11 में है तो ये पक्का 12 में होगा. ये दोनों अलग अलग होने चाहिए, और ये 11 भी हो सकता है, ये 12 भी हो सकता है, ये दोनों साथ में भी हो सकते हैं, ये दोनों साथ में भी हो सकते हैं. टाइम स्लॉट आपके फिक्स हो गए. यहाँ से जो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली और वॉट एवर इन्फॉर्मेशन वी गेट इट फ्रॉम द क्वेश्चन, वी फिल इट एंड स्ट्रेट अवे वी गेट द टाइम स्लॉट फॉर ऑल द एयरलाइंस एक ही बार. तो अगर आप सेट को समझ पाते हो, यू कैन डू इट लाइक दिस जैसे मैंने किया. नाउ वन थिंग इज वेरी श्योर दैट डेल्टा, अच्छा Now Quant is going with Panama. So if I take 11 wala slot, so can I say D will be in Panama? Because Quant Panama वाले के साथ जा रहा है. तो अगर मैं ये वाला स्लॉट 11 बजे लेता हूँ तो फिर मेरे को इसको पनामा देना पड़ेगा, और मैं 12 लेता हूँ तो पनामा मेरे को इसको देना पड़ेगा. इस केस में इस केस में इफ आई टेक 11 देन 12 वाला स्लॉट विल बी अलोन, एंड 12 वाला स्लॉट विल बी अलोन. इन दैट केस ओसाका वाला फ्लाइट विल बी 12, क्योंकि ओसाका वाला ही एक अकेला है. तो ये अकेला हो जाएगा फिर 12 बजे वाला, देन ओसाका विल बी एट 12. एंड अगर मैं 12 साथ में लेता हूँ देन 11 वाला विल बी स्लॉट अलोन, देन ओसाका हो जाएगा डेल्टा वाला फ्लाइट. यानी कि हमें यहाँ से ये चीज़ पता चल गई कि स्कैंडिना का जो फ्लाइट है वो या तो ओसाका जा रहा है या पनामा जा रहा है. सिमिलरली डेल्टा का जो फ्लाइट है वो या तो पनामा जा रहा है या ओसाका जा रहा है. उसने यहाँ पे लाइन लिखी थी, एंड द डेस्टिनेशन ऑफ ओनली टू ऑफ द देम इज करेक्ट, एंड वी आर श्योर कि ये वाला डेस्टिनेशन डेफिनेटली गलत है, ये वाला डेस्टिनेशन इज डेफिनेटली गलत है, तो बाकी दोनों ठीक हो गए. सो लुफ्तांजा इज गोइंग फॉर स्कॉजे, दैट इज फिक्स्ड, and Athena is going for Yalta, because two of them has to be correct. So these two are correct, Skopje and Yalta. That is already fixed. Now this is not going to Nairobi, and some other information. Hanoi and Tehran are not in the same slot. So ये तो already fix हो गया, ये हरोई नहीं हो सकता. और कुछ information हमारे पास अगर है, अच्छा नैरोबी अगर ये नहीं हो सकता तो एक ही जगह बची है नैरोबी के लिए, दैट इज क्वांट, और हनोई के लिए एक ही जगह बची है, दैट इज सी. दैट इज फुल गाइस, सेट इज ओवर. जैसे मैं हर बार बोलता हूँ ऐसे ना देखो, ये सेट खत्म हो चुका है. अगर आप सेट को ढंग से रिप्रेजेंट कर लेते हो, यू कैन यूज ऑल द इंफॉर्मेशन गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन, then this set is over. Now you can answer all the questions. Now look at the questions. If the destination of the flights are arranged in the reverse alphabetic order and they are given ranks accordingly, rank 1 and so on, what will be the destination of quant? We need to arrange destination, we need to arrange. So the last destination is Yalta, then Tehran, then Skopje, then P, then N, O, then O, and then P, and then H. So if we arrange them in reverse alphabetic order, what is the destination of the flight going to destination of Quant? So the destination of Quant is Nairobi, and where is Nairobi? Here it is the rank. Which is the rank? That is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth rank. So answer for the first question is sixth. And the time slot of how many airlines can be uniquely determined? Except Quant, we can determine the time slot of each alphabet uniquely determined. So answer is again 6. The flight going to Hanoi takes 5 hours to reach Hanoi. It stops at Hanoi for 4 hours. And the same flight return to London if the time take for return journey is also 5 hours. So from London to Hanoi it takes 5 hours. Then it stops for 4 hours. And then again it takes 5 hours. From Hanoi to London it takes again 5 hours. The total will be 14 hours. And it is starting from 9 a.m. So 9 a.m. plus 14, answer will be 23 hours. To go to Singapore, I need to board a flight from Yalta. Considering I have a 3-hour transit time at Yalta and length of the journey of the flight from London to Yalta is 7 hours, at what earliest local time of Yalta can I board the flight to Singapore? And the Yalta time is London time plus 2 hours. So the flight to Yalta is starting at 9 again. So 9 a.m. it takes 3 hours. Transit time is 3 hours, and that is 7 hours. So that is 16 plus transit time is 3, that is 19 time according to London, but because this time is 2 hours ahead of London time, so in Yalta the time will be 21 hours. So answer will be 6, 6, 23 and 21. So if you are getting these 4 answers, your answer is correct. And now after seeing the solution, I'm sure you can identify that how to represent the set properly. If you represent the set properly, if you identify the information correctly, then definitely this set is doable in the time slot. Otherwise, if you try to just start from here and try to do random tick cross method or by hidden trial, it will take a lot of time. You won't be able to represent it properly if you do not fix one of the thing. तो एक चीज को फिक्स करना बहुत जरूरी है। तो सेट को 2 बार पढ़ा करो और जो जो लग रहा है कि इन्फॉर्मेशन हम निकाल सकते हैं आराम से उस पर काम करो। तो आई एम श्योर आफ्टर सीइंग द सॉल्यूशन यू कैन नाउ easily solve similar kind of set if you see the set next time also. So thank you. Join the channel for more such videos.